Okay, so today we will be rationalizing part B of your module 1, which is your fundamentals of nursing. Let's start. Number 1, the nurse must collect following specimens. Which specimen collection does not require surgical technique? So every time you're going to have an exam, try to look for the wrong answers first so that we can eliminate them. So once we eliminated the wrong option, we can think more clear which among the remaining option is the right answer. So kung itatagalog natin to, alin daw sa apat na yan ang hindi nangangailangan ng surgical technique? Ang sagot, basically, let's eliminate letter B and let's eliminate letter Dallas. We eliminated them because of the word culture. Kasi pag culture ang procedure, automatic, kailangan sterile. Because pag sinabi natin culture, usually kasama ng culture is sensitivity. So, lagi yan ang magkasama. Pag sinabing culture, ang purpose niyan is to determine or identify your causative agent. Ano yung nagkakos nung infection? Yan yung ibig sabihin ng causative agent. Sensitivity, on the other hand, is a procedure used to identify kung ano yung appropriate antibiotic pangpatay ng causative agent. So, tuwing culture ang order, kailangan sterile technique para hindi mo-contaminate yung specimen. And of course, so ang natira na lang A and C. The answer is letter A because letter C contains the word retention catheter. In short, yung letter C yung patient naka-Foley-cut. So pag naka-Foley-cut, every time we perform procedure on this Foley-cut, sterile ang technique to prevent urinary tract infection. So the answer is letter A. Next, number 2. Patient is positive for Clostridium difficile. Sorry. Okay. Patient is positive for Clostridium difficile. The nurse should institute isolation precaution. So, nakalagay Clostridium difficile and isolation precaution. So, I'll just give you an overview. Okay, isolation precaution, there are two types. We have what you call your standard, and we have your transmission base. So, there are two types of precaution. Standard, transmission base. Standard, from the word standard, it means all patient. All patient. Now, in this specific topic, ang pasyente natin o in general setting, ang pasyente natin basically can be categorized into two. Mga patient na without known communicable disease. When I say communicable disease, sakit na nakakahawa. Okay? So, Pagdating sa ospital, ang sakit niya, for example, glaucoma. Hindi natin alam kung glaucoma lang ba ang sakit niya o meron pa ba siyang ibang sakit na nakakahawa. Kaya, patient without known communicable disease. Yun yun. And, ginagamit din ng standard sa mga patient with alam na known communicable disease. Kaya nga standard, all patient may nakakahawang sakit o wala. Sorry, may wala mang nakakahawang sakit o meron. Ginagamit ang standard. Pag transmission base, from the word transmission base, may implement lang natin yan kapag alam natin na yung patient merong nakakahawang sakit. So, yung patient na admit sa hospital, alam na natin na may nakakahawa siyang sakit. At ang sakit na iyahawa yan based sa transmission. Kaya nga, transmission-based precaution. Now, to add more details about that, pag sinabi nating transmission, okay? Pag sinabi nating transmission base precaution, from the word base, we're referring to the mode of transmission. Tandaan nyo na, transmission. A precaution based on the transmission. Transmission-based precaution. Okay? So, this precaution is based on the mode of transmission. Ang mode of transmission natin, merong tatlong paraan kung paano makakahawa o paano nahahawa ang tao sa sakit. Una, kapag yung patient hinawak-hawakan mo, ang tawag natin dyan, contact precaution o contact transmission. Nangyayari yan, pwede mangyari yan directly or indirectly. Okay? Pag sinabi natin directly, yung patient na infected, nahawan niya sa'yo. Hinawakan mo siya, VNS mo siya, binedbat mo siya, and so on. Pag sabing indirect, wala yung patient. Pero baaring may nag-transfer from patient papunta sa'yo. Ano ang nagta-transfer? Pwedeng vector, pwedeng vehicle. Pag sinabi nating vector, ito ibig sabihin living. For example, yung patient o yung dengue, di ba? Nililipat siya ng insect, vector, living, or vehicle, non-living. Example niyan, mga handkerchief. Yung patient na may TB, naiwan niya yung panyo niya, pinulot mo, nahawa ka tuloy ng TB. So, pwede makahawa ang TB through contact. Yun yung tinatawag na contact transmission. Now, ano-ano yung mga microorganism? Example of microorganism that can be transmitted through contact precaution. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo lang yung word na CHEPS. First, we have your Clostridium difficile. Clostridium difficile. Next, we have what you call your herpes. Herpes simplex. And of course, nakakahawa rin through contact ang Hepa A. Ano pa? We have your E. coli. And we have your impetigo. Next, nakakahawa rin through contact, kuto. We have your pediculosis, and we have what you call your para-influenza virus. Another will be your scabies, galis, ano pa, shigella, and of course your syncytial virus. So these are microorganisms that can be transmitted through contact precaution. Okay. Next, let me just erase this. Okay. Next, so we're done with contact precaution. Let's now go to the second type of transmission, which is your droplet. Okay? Kanina yung contact, ngayon droplet. Pagdating naman sa droplet, okay, just a brief description. Okay? Ang droplet transmission is transmitted ang infection within 3 feet. So, pwede kang mahawa within 3 feet at yung microorganism, ang size niya is greater than 5 microns. Yan yung size ng microorganism. So, pwede kang mahawa kapag within 3 feet ka from the infected person. Okay? So, tandaan, within 3 feet. Example of microorganism na pwede kang mahawa through droplet are the following. Just remember the word Dr. PM. Okay? So, Dr. PM. Siguro dahil hapon lang siya pumapasok. Dr. PM. D. We have your diphtheria. Diphtheria, of course, it affects your pharynx. So, pwede kang ubo ng ubo yung patient, pwede tumasik yung laway niya sa'yo. Kaya, within 3 feet. Wala naman sigurong laway na tumatalsik beyond 3 feet. Next, we have what you call your rubella. Tandaan rubella. P. P is your pneumonic. We call this your pneumonic plague. And of course, mumps and mycoplasma. Mycoplasma pharyngitis. So these are droplet precautions. Next, the third transmission of microorganism is through what? Sorry. The third transmission of microorganism can happen through airborne. Now, this type of transmission can happen. The microorganism can be transmitted even beyond 3 feet. So, kahit malayo ka sa patient, pwede kang mahawa. Now, you might be asking, bakit kahit malayo, beyond 3 feet, ang layo naman, paano aabot yung microorganism sa akin? Basically, yung mga microorganism na airborne, maliliit, sobrang liit, magaan, madali mai-transmit, naki-carry nung air. Because this microorganism is basically less than 5 microns. Yan yung size nila. Okay? Ang example ng microorganism na airborne, you have what you call your varicella. We have your Rubio. Okay? Rubiola. And last but not the least, of course, ang walang kamatayang TB. So these are microorganisms that can be transmitted through airborne. So, okay. Next. Sorry for that. Number 3. Okay. Which patient information collected by the nurse reflects systematic adaptation to a wound infection? So, we have our keywords here. It says systematic adaptation to infection. So, let's find what is wrong first. That is letter B. Exudate, yung mga secretion. Pag may infection ang isang wound, nandun lang yung exudate, nasa wound lang. So, this is local. Yung pain, nandun lang din sa wound. So, therefore, this is local. So, dalawa na lang pagpipilian mo. Of course, the answer is letter A because kapag meron kang wound, nandun din yung edema. So, B, C, and D are all local. The answer is letter A. Okay? Next. Number 4. To interrupt the transmission link in the chain of infection, then I should. So, topic here is interrupting the transmission of infection. Alin dyan gagawin ng nurse? So, first, hanapin natin yung mali. The answer is letter C. Wala namang kinalaman yan sa transmission. Okay? And of course, position a commode next to the patient. Hindi wala rin kinalaman sa transmission. So, it's either letter A or letter D. Changing the dressing when it's soiled is not affecting or it's not interrupting the transmission because the focus of this is the reservoir kung saan nandun yung microorganism. The answer is letter A because hand washing, as we all know, is the single most practical way to break chain of infection of infection. The answer is letter A. Okay. Next. Number 5. The nurse is providing for nutrition needs of several patients. Nurse identified the need to increase caloric intake above average required for the patient who has. So, tanong dito, alin sa apat ang kailangan mag-take ng food greater than the normal intake? So, halimbawa, all of these 3 or all of these 4 are is eating 3 times a day. Sino sa kanila ang kailangan kumain ng more than 3 times a day? Okay? So, eliminate muna natin yung mali. And that is A and D. Why? Because these two requires that this both of this does not need to increase calorie intake. What they need is a different method of feeding. So kung hirap silang makakain, ibang way. So it's either C or D. The answer, letter C. Why? Because pneumonia, as we all know, will cause fever. At pag may fever ka, tumataas ang ating metabolism. Tumataas ang metabolism. At pag tumataas ang metabolism, mas mataas ang kailangan mong calories. So the answer is letter C. Next, number 6. Nurses care for a patient who has a variety of wounds. Marami raw siyang wound. Nurses understand that healing by primary intention most likely occur with A. Cuts, B. Excoriated, C. Abrasion, or D. Pressure ulcer. So the topic here is about wound healing. Basically, there are two types of wound healing. So, like I said, the topic here is wound healing. There are two types of wound healing. We have what you call your primary intention, and the second one is your secondary intention. So the difference between these two, there's no exact definition between the two. So I'll just give characteristic on how they differ. We say primary, yung gilid ng wound, or we call them the wound edge, the wound edges, take note, should or can. Should means dapat, can means pwede. So yung wound dapat or pwedeng i-close. Can be close. Or ang medical term for pagsasara ng sugat, we call it it can be approximated. So yan one difference. Another difference between the two is that in primary, kaya pwede may close yung primary kasi minimal lang. Konti lang. Minimal loss of tissue. Konti lang yung nawalang part na tissue o nawalang normal tissue. Kaya, since konti lang yung nawalang part ng tissue, less ang healing time. Mas mabilis siya ma-heal. Less ang healing time. Ano pa? Less ang scar formation. And less din ang possibility na magkaroon ng infection kasi mas mabilis siya gumaling. Unlike secondary intention, ito yung type ng sugat, can't, hindi pwede. Kahit gusto mong isara, hindi pwedeng isara. Or, may mga type ng sugat na hindi shouldn't, okay? May mga type ng sugat na kahit gusto mong isara, hindi pwede. Or may mga type ng sugat na hindi pwedeng isara. Can't or shouldn't be closed. Bakit hindi siya pwedeng isara? Kasi dito, extensive ang nawalang tissue. So, for example, nilaplap ng aso. Sobrang daming natanggal na tissue, hindi siya pwedeng i-suture, hindi siya pwedeng i-close. Kaya hahayaan lang siya mag-close as is. Since extensive ang tissue loss, mas matagal, more ang kanyang healing time, more scar, at more possibility ng infection. So, basically, that's the difference between the two. An example of primary intention, example of a wound caused by primary intention is your pressure ulcers. While surgery or surgical incision. Kasi yan, sinusuture. Pwedeng isara. How about secondary? Example of secondary is your pressure ulcers. Hindi na yan tinatahi. Lalo na pag masyado ng malaki yung sugat. Ano pa? Abrasion. Why? Bakit mo isasara yung abrasion? Wala namang open wound dyan. Gas-gas lang naman yan. So these are examples of secondary intention types of healing. Next. Number 7. Primary reason why the nurse should avoid, why they need to avoid glued on artificial nails. Basically because it harbors microorganisms. Kaya nga bawal ang long nails. Diba? Kasi it harbors microorganisms. So the answer is letter C. Next. Number 8. Nurse understand that subclinical. Subclinical means hindi halata. Hindi obvious. Subclinical infection ay common kanino? Not infant. Madaling mag-fever yan. Not adolescent. Madaling mag-fever yan. Children. Madaling mag-fever. Ang mga usual manifestation ng fever hindi nakikita sa mga older adult. Bakit? Okay? Lalo na kapag fever. Okay? Ang older adult kasi nagkakaroon ng degeneration. Degeneration. Isang part na nagde-degenerate is yung hypothalamus. So, ang matanda, nagde-degenerate ang hypothalamus. Tandaan natin, ang isang function ng hypothalamus is regulation of temperature. So, kapag nagde-degenerate ang hypothalamus, okay, nagkakaroon ng hindi na nagmamanifest o naaapektuhan yung kanyang thermoregulation. Kaya, imbes na magkaroon ng fever yung patient, hindi. Kaya, ang taong mayroong o matanda na may infection, walang fever. Kasi nagdegenerate yung hypothalamus. Sir, paano namin malalaman kung ma-infection ang isang elderly? Ang initial manifestation na may infection ang isang matanda is hanapin niyo yung changes in LOC. The answer is letter C. Next. Number 9. Nurse understand that the factor that places a patient at greatest risk for developing infection is, so sino sa apat nito ang pinaka-risk magkaroon ng infection? Sagot, burn of 20% of the body. Okay, siya ang pinaka-at-risk. Because pag sabing burn, naapektuhan yung nadadamage yung, it causes damage in their skin or integumentary. And skin, as we all know, is the first line defense. This is the first line defense against microorganism. Therefore, the answer is letter C. Next. Number 10. Nurse understand that the second line of defense is which among the following? So, our defense or immune system defends us from microorganism. Okay? Immune system defend us against microorganism in two way. We have your first line of defense. This first line of defense keyword is non-specific. Ibig sabihin, kahit ano pa yung microorganism na mag-infect, iisa lang yung response nila. Example, skin. Kahit ano ang dumikit dyan sa skin yan, isa lang yung response ng skin, and that is to uh, cover you or cover our body so that yung microorganism hindi makapasok. Another would be your hydrochloric acid. Kahit anong klaseng microorganism, parasite, or virus, or bacteria ang makain mo, still, pareho lang ang response. HCl will kill the bacteria. Unlike yung second line of defense is somewhat specific. Ibig sabihin, yung response nito depende sa kung ano yung nag-cause ng infection. Example niyan, we have your neutrophil. Neutrophil tumataas kapag ang patient nagkaroon ng bacterial infection. Pero kapag ang patient nagkakaroon ng parasite or helminth, tumataas eosinophil. Parasites. So, depende kung ano yung nagkakos ng infection. Second line. Ang tinatanong nito, second line. So, it's not integumentary. It's not urinary tract infection. It's not mucous membrane. Basta may infection, kahit na anong klase infection, dumadami ang mucus. Right? So, hindi siya specific. The answer, the last. Your immune response. Next. Number 11. Profuse smoke is coming out of the heating unit of a patient room. Nurse should first, so ang prioritization nito, ang hinahanap, anong una mong gagawin? Profuse means sobrang dami na ng smoke. The more smoke, it means more fire. Therefore, in case of fire in the hospital, we have what you call your RACE. R, we need to rescue the patient. A, we need to alarm. C, confine. Confine means pipigilan mo yung pagkalat ng usok. And of course, gagamit ka ng fire extinguisher, we extinguish. So you need to rescue the patient first. So look for rescue. That is, move the patient out of the room. C is the answer. Next. Nurse must apply a hospital gown to a patient in an IV infusion meron siyang IV. There should A. Insert IV bag tubing through the sleeve. D. Disconnect. You do not do that. Close the clamp. Not necessary. Don gown on the arm without or saan yung una ipapasok? Ano yung unang sleeve ang ipapasok? Yung part na may IV or wala? Answer got letter A. Isushoot nyo muna yung IV bag dun sa may butas nung gown. Saka isusunod nyo yung kamay na may IV. Pag after nun, pwede mo nang ihang, pwede na yung patient, siya na mismo magsuot ng the rest. Next. Nurses planning care for a patient with a wrist restraint. Restraint should be removed and assess. The restraint should be removed. The area massage and joints are moved. Every how long? Not every shift. Masyadong matagal. Not every 4 hours. That's not vital sign. It's either every hour or 2 hours. Sagot? Letter C. Every 2 hours. So, i-move nyo. Isasabi nyo na yan sa pag-check ng o pag-turn sa patient. Okay? Next. Which is the first action? First action, home care should employ to prevent fall when older adults. So, first action, prioritization. A. Conduct assessment. B. Encourage patient to remove throw rugs in the home. This will not be your first. Suggest installation of adequate lighting throughout the room. Pwede. Discuss the patient the expected changes of aging that place on one the risk. So, this is not the first thing to do. First thing to do here is check nyo kung gaano ka-risk. Gaano kataas yung risk. Gaano ka-at risk yung client. Minimal risk, high risk, moderate risk. How would you know? You conduct an assessment. Letter A is the answer. Next. Number 15. Nurses preparing a bed to receive a newly admitted patient. Which action is most important? Place the patient name on the end of the bed. We did not do that. Ensure that the bed wheels are locked. Position the call bell in each room bed. Make an open bed. Make an open bed is not the most important. Remember, the patient is newly admitted, which means you're going to transfer the client from the bed dun sa ER papunta sa bagong bed niya sa room niya. Therefore, pag transfer kayo from bed to bed or wheelchair to bed, make sure that nakalock yung bed or yung wheelchair to prevent accident. Boston is the answer. Safety. Next. Verse 16. An appropriately worded goal. So, ang hinahanap, tamang pagkakastate na goal. Ano type ng goal? Regarding injury. Is it A? Taught how to call for help? That is not a goal. That is an intervention. Kept on bed rest when dizzy? Pwede. Restrained when agitated? Is not. This is an intervention, not a goal. It's either B or D. B or D? Answer the last. Because if your patient is free from trauma, that means you already remove the risk for injury. Okay, so that's an appropriate goal. Next. 17. Nurse understand that in the hospital setting, an electrical appliance should have a three-prong plug. So, minsan nakakita na kayo nasaksakan na tatlo. Nagtataka kayo kung bakit tatlo. Anong gamit nung pangatlo? Di ba tinatanggal nyo yung pangatlo na yan? Tatlo may saksak yun. Kasi bihira yung socket na tatlo. Usually, dalawa. Kaya ginagawa, tinutukkol nyo yun, no? Or, ginagawa nyo is, what do you call this? Pinuputol nyo yun para mag-fit. Which is mali. Because ang gamit niyan is letter A. It controls stray. When stray, minsan, ang electrical current kasi minsan unstable yan. So, minsan, nag-short circuit. Para ma-prevent yung short circuit, letter A. Huwag nyo tatanggalin yun. Gumamit kayo ng adapter. Answer is A. Next. 18. Patient with Parkinson's disease is experiencing difficulty of swallowing. Nurse understand that the most serious associated with difficulty of swallowing, we all know, aspiration. Kaya kailangan ang ibibigay nyo, thick liquids. Bawal ang tin. Yan ang appropriate sa kanya. Or yung mga madaling maswallow na food. Next. 19. Nurses care for a confused client to prevent this patient from falling. Nurse should remember your patient is confused. Encourage patient to use. The patient cannot understand instruction. Patient is confused. B. Place the patient in a room near the nurse station. Possible. C. Reinforce how to use call bell. Hindi nga nakakaintindi yung patient. Pag sinagot mo C, confused ka. Hindi ka rin makaintindi. Okay? So it's either B or D. Which is better? The last. Because placing the patient near the room does not ensure na yung patient sino-surveillance mo. Sine-check mo from time to time. Pero pag sinabi mong close supervision, okay, that's good. Ibig sabihin, regular na sine-check mo yung client. The answer is Dallas. Next, number 20. When teaching children about fire safety, school nurse should teach them that if their clothes caught fire, what do? They should, sorry, stop, drop, and roll. The answer is Boston. Pwede rin. Take their clothes off. Lalo na kapag yung nasusunog yung damit. For example, si si Christine Reyes, no? Pwede. Kung manyak yung nurse. Siyempre, hindi ka naman manyak, kaya hindi asi. Pour water on their clothes. What if walang water? Answer, Boston. Yell for help. Paos yung patient. Paos. Help me. So, this is not always effective. The answer is Boston. This is something that can be done by the client even without help. Ito kasi, yell for help. Kailangan ng help. But Dallas, kailangan din ng assistance ng iba. So, what if mag-isa ka lang? Anong gagawin mo? Boston. Next. When two nursing diagnoses appear closely related, pag may dalawang nursing diagnosis na halos pareho lang daw, I'll give an example. Impaired physical mobility and activity intolerance. Parang pareho lang naman yon. Ano daw ang gagawin mo para malaman mo? Ano daw ang una mong gagawin, I should say? Para malaman mo mas accurately kung anong ang diagnosis ng client. You do not need to reassess the client. You do not need to examine factors. Sagot, you review the defining characteristics. Sir, what is defining characteristic? These are the sign and symptom na na-assess mo. Kaya mo nasabing merong nursing problem. In short, these are the significant cues that you analyze and that you compared to the normal values and eventually nalaman mo na abnormal siya, kaya mo nasabing may nursing problem. Kung kailangan mong balikan yan. The answer is Dallas. Next. Number 21. The answer here is Dallas. Next. The nurse perform an assessment of a newly admitted patient. Nurse understand that this admission assessment is conducted primarily to. So, ang question here is, what is the process of your admission assessment? Basically, admission assessment is done to determine baseline data. And baseline data are important data. The answer is Dallas. Para may basihan kayo kung gumagaling ba yung client or hindi. That is your baseline. Next. 23. The nurse identified a patient statement that provide subjective data. Anong daw ang patient statement na subjective? Will I home, look at D. Will a home health aide help me with my cane at home? Kanino niya tinatanong yan? Sa nurse. Therefore, pag sumagot yung nurse, yung sagot ng nurse, hindi na subjective. Nurse na eh. Same with C. What should I do? So, tinatanong yung client yung nurse. Pag sumagot yung nurse, yung sagot ng nurse, hindi na subjective. Kasi subjective, patient lang. Siya lang ang nakakaalam. Ang sagot, letter A. This is very subjective. Next. Nurse understand that evaluation most directly relate to which aspect of nursing process? Is it the goal, problem, theology, or implementation? When we perform evaluation, we state goal met, partially met, unmet. Sagot? Letter A. We refer to the goal. Next. Next, 25. Nurse comes to the conclusion that a patient elevated temperature, pulse, respiration are significant. What step of nursing process is being used? Okay. When you hear the word significant, significant data, if we're talking about nursing process and you hear the word significant data, ibig sabihin yan, yung data has deviated from normal values. I'll give an example. An example would be brown skin. That's normal. If it's normal, it's not significant. Significant is anything that will deviate. That will deviate from normal. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya pasok from normal value. I'll give an example. Bluish skin. Hindi normal na bluish ang skin. It indicates cyanosis. Therefore, bluish skin is not normal. It deviated from normal. It is considered significant data. In short, we are comparing the assessment data. Yung mga na-assess mo, kino-compare natin sa normal values para malaman natin kung siya ay significant. In this situation, nalaman daw na significant, ibig sabihin, nag-compare tayo. And comparison is being conducted during diagnosis phase. The answer is Dallas. Next. 26. When the nurse consider the nursing process, the word identify it means to recognize. While the word do is to do. Do. Ano naisip nyo dyan? Action. May gagawin. May gagawin. Implementation. That's the answer. Next. 27. Nurse is collecting subjective data associated with anxiety. Which assessment method should use to collect this information? Subjective. Ibig sabihin, patient ang nakakaalam. If you observe the client, objective yan. Inspect, objective. Auscultate, objective. Interview, which means you will ask question, the patient will answer. That is subjective. Galing sa patient mismo. Dallas. Next. 28. Which nursing action reflects an activity associated with diagnosis step of the nursing process? So we're looking for an activity associated with diagnosis step. Formulating plan of care, planning. Identifying at risk, designing way to minimize patient stressor, planning. Making decision about the effectiveness of the patient care. Ibig sabihin, nabigay mo na yung care, chine-check mo kung ineffective ba. Ang sagot dyan, ang tawag dyan, evaluation. Hindi na ang tanong. Sagot, Boston. Identifying the risk. Diagnosis. Risk. Yan yung diagnosis. Next. The nurse collects objective data. Objective. Siya yung objective. I'm hungry is subjective. I feel very warm is subjective. I have the urge is subjective. C is the answer. Because the lunch, I ate half my lunch, it can be verified. Diba? Pwede ma-verify ng nurse yan. Pwede niya ma-observe. So, answer is C. Next. The nurse understands that subjective data has been obtained when the patient states subjective data. A. Adjustment in the urinal and it needs to be emptied. B. My pain. Subjective agad yan. Huwag na magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Yan yung sagot. Pain. Subjective. Next. The nurses care for a patient who is experiencing pain. Nurses understand that a common psychological response to pain is A, B, C, or D. Letter C is a behavioral response. Asking for medication. That's a behavioral response. Eliminate. Tolerance. Tolerance. It's a physiologic response. Ang hinahanap, psychological. Eliminate B. Nausea. Pag nasusuka yung patient because of pain, that is also physiologic. Same lang. So it's not D. The answer, A. Fear is psychologic. Next. 32. The most appropriate goal for an adult who has disturbed sleep because of nocturia. Ang hinahanap, goal. Goal para saan? Nocturia. Nag-iisa gabi, kaya hindi siya makatulog ng maayos. Yan yung anong magandang goal. Is it A? Report fewer early morning awakening because of a wet bed? Wala namang sinabing awake bed. Demonstrate reduction in night bathroom visit? Pwede. Resume sleeping immediately after boarding? Does not answer the question. Use an incontinent device at night? Is an intervention, not a goal. The answer is Boston. So if nabawasan yung nighttime visit niya, ibig sabihin nabawasan yung nocturia. Boston is the answer. Next. Next, number 33. Let's understand that contributing factor to fatigue na hindi related sa pregnancy. Factor na lalong nagkakos ng fatigue pero walang kinalaman sa pagbubuntis. Eliminate D. Kasi ang buntis talagang bumababa ang hemoglobin. Nagkakaos sila na tinatawag na physiologic anemia. So, it's not D. Change in hormone, of course, pregnancy-related yan. Increased BMR is pregnancy-related. C is the answer. Kasi ang buntis, hindi dapat mag-decrease ang cardiac output. C is the answer. Next. 34. Which concept associated with rest and sleep must the nurse understand to plan nursing care? Is it A? Metabolic rate increase during sleep? No. Metabolism decreases. Sleep requirements increases during stress. Pwede. Energy requirement increases with age. D. Catabolic hormones. Catabolic hormone increases with sleep? No. Dapat mag-decrease yan. The answer here is it's either Boston or Canada. Energy requirement decreases with age. It decreases with as you grow old, the less energy you need. Therefore, the answer is Dallas. Canada. Next. 35. Patient has undergone total abdominal hysterectomy and debulking because of ovarian cancer. What should the nurse do first when on the second post-op of this patient at nagko-complain siya ng pain? 5 out of 10. Reposition? No. Offer relaxing back rub? Pwede. Use distraction technique? Pwede. Administer ordered pain medication? Pwede. So, tandaan nyo, total abdominal hysterectomy, kayo-kaya ang may hysterectomy. It has a large abdominal incision. Masakit yan. Kaya kailangan niya ng talas. As long as merong ordered medication. Next. 36. A patient is diagnosed with narcolepsy. Pag sinabi nating narcolepsy, it means sudden, biglaan, uncontrolled. Hindi mo kinokontrol. Wala kang magagawa kundi sundin ito. Sudden, uncontrolled, deep sleep. Okay? Sudden, uncontrolled, deep sleep. Biglang na lang nakakatulog. They are prone to injury. Good luck naman. Tumatawid ka sa highway. Bigla kang nag-narcolepsy. Okay? Pagising mo, heaven na. Dallas is the answer. Next. When caring for a patient who have a problem with sleeping, it is important for the nurse to remember that an adaptation, ang nangyayari, unique. Ibig sabihin, kay REM lang. Ano nangyayari kapag kulang ka sa REM? Sleep. Nangyayari ang A kapag kulang ka sa NREM. Nangyayari ang vertigo kapag kulang ka sa NREM. So it's not A, it's not D, B, or C. Sagot, letter C. Why? Because REM, kapag bumaba ang REM nyo, nagkakaroon ng, mental and emotional imbalance. Therefore, letter B stands. Letter C, not B. C. Irritable will fall under emotion. Next. A patient is experiencing discomfort because of GERD, reflux. Nurse should teach the patient to sleep in which position. So, reflux is yung pagbalik pataas ng stomach content. So, kailangan ang position mo upright para yung gravity pull sa secretion mas mahihirapan tuloy yung secretion bumalik pataas. So, the answer is semifluous. Kasi, itong tatlong to, flat. Okay, lalo nakaka-increase yan ng GERD. Next. 39. Patients complaining of pain. When caring for this patient, the most important thing the nurse must recall is that basta pain, it's subjective. Letter A is not always true because extent and damage is not always congruent. Opioid leading to addiction is a misconception. It's a misconception. Hindi yan laging totoo. C or D? Sagot, letter C. The person in pain is the authority of the pain. Siya lang ang nakakapag-describe kasi ng pain. Next. Patient is experiencing anxiety. What aspect of sleep should the nurse expect will be affected? Sagot, onset. Ikaw kaya mata sa anxiety, makakatulog ka? Siyempre hindi. Sagot, A. Next. A nurse covers the patient with a cotton blanket. The nurse covered the patient with a cotton blanket during a bath. Bakit? This is done to prevent heat loss via heat loss does not happen in vasodilation. And of course, diffusion. Iba ibig sabihin yan. Diffusion refers to movement, right? So it's either B or C. So you're covering your client para hindi mawala ang init sa katawan through air. And the loss of heat through air current is your convection. Because conduction is in contact. Okay? So when you say heat loss through air, it's convection. So that's why binabalot natin yung client ng cotton para hindi mawala yung heat through air currents. C is the answer. Next. 42. Nurse is planning to meet hygiene needs of a patient, which is the first assessment to be performed by the nurse. Is it the developmental stage? It's not the first thing. Patient's toiletries needed is not the first thing. It's either A or B. Answer, letter A. Because hygiene is very personal. It's a personal matter. Therefore, tanong niyo yung preference ng patient bago kayo mag-proceed para hindi mo siya mapasaktan. What if nag-proceed ka na, hindi pala siya okay sa ganun. Diba? So, answer is letter A. Next. 42. The nurse gave bed-bound patient a bed bath. Primary reason nurse provide hygiene para sa mga patient is support sense of well-being and increase self-esteem. Pwede, but not always the time. Promote circulation? Of course not. Exercise muscle by contraction? It refers to your passive range of motion. The answer is Boston. Para matanggal yung oil, sweat, and bacteria. Para malinis ang patient. Okay? Baka magkaroon siya ng nosocomial infection. Answer is B. Next. 44. Which human response identified by the nurse will best support sa concern mo na yung patient reduce ang capacity niya mag-perform ng activities of daily living? Ano na magsusupport dyan ng patient is somewhat kailangan niya maging dependent sa'yo kasi hindi niya kaya mag-isa. Alin dyan ang best supporting assessment? Joint contracture does not ensure na reduce ang capacity niya. So, eliminate A. Post-op lethargy niya, temporary lang yan kasi habang may anesthesia. Visual disorder, masyadong general. Example ng visual disorder, cataract. Tama? So, kapag ikaw ay may cataract, still you can perform ADL. Ang sagot, yung taong hindi niya mahuwagasan ang sarili niya. Inability to wash body part. Boston. Next. 45. Nurse is performing physical assessment of a newly admitted patient and identify the presence of acne. Nurse understand that acne is caused by not drying. No, not necessarily. Pwede microorganism, but not is the most common. The answer is Boston. It's because of sebum. Minsan, as a result of what? Puberty. Therefore, the answer is Boston. Next. When giving a patient bed bath, nurse washes the patient from distal to proximal. This is to refer to, isa lang isasagot niyo dyan, that is to increase venous return. C is the answer. Next. 47. During oral care, nurse softens and remove patch of dried food and debris adhered to the hard palate of a patient's mouth. When documenting the nurse identified this condition as not glossitis because glossitis is the inflammation of the tongue. Stomatitis is not the answer because stomatitis is the inflammation of the oral mucosa. It's not it's not C and D. It's either swords or B. Plaque is invisible. It's invisible to the naked eye. So, imposible makita yan unless sobrang laki na. And, yan ay makikita sa teeth, hindi sa palate. A is the answer. Next. 48. Nurse teaches a patient that for brushing teeth to be effective, how long should you brush or what's the frequency? According to your book, it should be 4 times a day. That is every after meal, which is 3 times a day, plus before bedtime at hours of sleep. So, 4 is the recommended. Next. The nurse is providing hygiene to a patient with peripheral neuropathy. Nurse should A. Seek physician's order for foot care. Hindi mo na kailangan ng physician's order. Letter B. Tandaan niyo yung patient may peripheral neuropathy. Pag sinabing peripheral neuropathy, yung nerve namamatay. Sir, saang nerve? Sa periphery. Therefore, possible ng patient decrease ang sensation and motor. Okay? Letter B, file the toenails straight across the nail. Kapag yung patient may peripheral neuropathy, ang kailangan gumawa niyan, podiatrist, doktor ng paa. So it's not B, hindi ikaw ang gagawa niyan. Apply moisturizer to lotion to the feet, especially between the toes. Now, this might be good, but the truth of the matter is, it's not, because it promotes bacteria. Moisture will promote bacteria. So, eliminate D. The answer is letter C. Wash the feet with lukewarm. Ibig sabihin, maligamgam, hindi mainit. And, kailangan mo siyang i-dry para hindi siya maging prone for infection. Okay, last but not the least. Number 50. Which nursing intervention requires the nurse to consider the concept of personal space? Which nurse intervention requires the nurse na i-consider mo irespeto ang personal space? Obtaining VS, not necessary. Performing health history, not necessary. Sagot, letter A. Because in letter A, it involves touching sensitive body parts. Therefore, the answer is letter A. Okay. So that's it. That's the rationalization for your Module 1, Fundamentals of Nursing, Part B. So, looking forward for the Part C of your Fundamentals. I hope you get high in this exam. I wish you all good luck. Goodbye.